What's up, guys, and welcome back to another NBA news and analytic commentary episode. Today is July 12th, 2021, and I'm going to be talking about Game 3 of the NBA Finals that took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, between the home team and the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. And going into this game, the Suns had a 2-0 lead and they had a ton of momentum, except what I'm going to be talking about first is the Suns and their performance, because they were on the losing end of this game. And the main reason why I think that happened was because, first of all, Devin Booker, right? He did not come to play. Chris Paul did. Jay Crowder did. Jay Crowder was 6 for 7 from the three-point range. But Devin Booker, he made 3 field goals, and he scored 10 points. He shot 21% field goal percentage. That's not a winning formula, especially whenever you're supposed to be your team's best player talent-wise and be a superstar. Devin Booker, that's not an acceptable performance. And you add that to the fact that DeAndre Ayton went into halftime with 3 fouls. And very early into the third quarter, he got his 4th foul. He was basically out of the game for them. They had to take him out for a majority of the third quarter. They put him back in, and then the early of the fourth quarter, he got another foul, so that was his 5th foul, and you need 6 to foul out, so they had to take him out of the game and just hope that somehow some of their players coming off the bench, who are good basketball players, and they have a very good bench, they have great depth on their team, don't get me wrong, but whenever you don't have DeAndre Ayton to open up the post, and you have people like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Brook Lopez, both of which are over 7 feet tall, that's not a winning formula. DeAndre Ayton needs to be on one of those two, preferably Brook Lopez. And whenever you don't have that, the post opens up for the Milwaukee Bucks, and that's a winning formula for them. And that forces Chris Paul to have to go off of a pick and roll basically every single possession, and that's not a winning formula because you don't have the post anymore because one of the best centers in the league is out because he has 5 fouls. That's not a winning formula. And then another thing I want to talk about is Cameron Johnson. He scored over 12 points, and 10 of them came in the third quarter. And he played a very magnificent quarter, except unfortunately in the fourth quarter, he had a weird landing. I don't even know what happened. It was almost as if you thought something happened to his heart or something like that whenever he hit the ground, because it didn't look like he got injured or aggravated a past injury, and he still played in the game, so I don't think anything's wrong with him, but that was very weird to see. But yes, Jay Crowder, I like the performance from him. He was 6 for 7 from three-point range. Cameron Payne had a decent game, but the Suns team didn't do enough to win. I don't care if it's in Milwaukee. Devin Booker should not be shooting 21% field goal percentage, and he should not have only 10 points. Okay? DeAndre Ayton, I like playing aggressive defense, but you can't play too aggressive. You basically eliminated the post for half of the game for your team, and that's not a winning formula, because then it makes a team that's already bigger than you and stronger than you, it makes you more predictable to them, and that's not a winning formula. But now I'm going to be talking about the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo. He scored 41 points for the second game in a row. He's one of the only players to ever do that in NBA Finals history. He shot very well from the free throw line. Usually he makes one or misses one, or makes both of them and then misses both of them. Usually he makes about 50%, but tonight he made over 75% of his free throws, and for Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's a very good stat to have. That's better than what he usually does, and they foul him so much because they hope, 1 point's better than 2, or 0 points is better than 2, or even if he gets 2 points from the free throw line, there's a much more likely chance of him missing one than getting this layup if I foul him. So that's why he shoots the ball so much. He usually takes over half of the Bucks' free throw shots, except tonight he showed up. He played great defense, and that's another thing I want to talk about. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, both of which are very good offensive players, they played spectacular defense. And Drew Holiday, specifically, he stepped up on offense too. Usually he's just a decent offensive player. Chris Middleton usually has the upper hand over him, except tonight Drew Holiday was hitting 3 after 3 after 3, and you just love to see that. And Brook Lopez, because DeAndre Ayton wasn't there, and even when DeAndre Ayton was playing, he was down the post getting some buckets, slamming it down, and so was Giannis. And as well as PJ Tucker playing defense. I love the way he plays defense. He plays 1990s, early 2000s defense, and that's something that we just don't see in the NBA anymore, because I'm not saying that you should be able to murder each other on the court, but I think some of these fouls that are being called nowadays are just, they're so technical. Like, it's not even a foul. You barely touch him and it doesn't affect the shot, or they try to draw a foul, and even when the ref knows they're just trying to draw one, they still call the foul. Like, I don't believe that's right. And that's why I like PJ Tucker so much. And PJ Tucker and Chris Paul are the opposition for each other in this finals, and both of those players played with each other on the Houston Rockets with James Harden, and one of them is going to win a championship before James Harden, so I find that hilarious. And I also like the performance of Bobby Portis. He gave his team a whole bunch of momentum for a player coming off the bench. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who is going to win Game 4? Will it be Milwaukee or Phoenix? And with that being said, I'm your boy Meatloaf, and I'll see you guys in the next video.